Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy Wednesday evening, guys. I'm not used to making recordings this late, but I figured I would jump on and share with you guys what's on my mind. If that title stuck out to you, be still, then this may just be for you. Be still. Okay, guys, I'm going to share a few things with you guys. This should not be a long recording, but we will see. Many of you may not know this, but the meaning of Kizzy is be still. Many of you may not know a whole lot of Kizzies. I've heard people say that I'm the only Kizzy they know. I know a few, actually. One of my very great friends, her name is Kizzy as well. I will say that the few Kizzies that I do know, there's only a couple of them who name really is Kizzy, like that's their real name and not a nickname, but Kizzy is my birth given name, as I always say. So tap in. All right, guys, so I want to share a few things with you guys. So again, I'm always honest to tell you guys that quote unquote sitting still, being still is not God. It is not my strength area, right? I have strength areas, which, I have fearlessness on lock. I have this on lock, that on lock. But being still and patience are my struggle points. And I think it's always important to be transparent so people don't feel like, you're just living a lie. No, you got to be transparent with people. Let people know, hey, you're not the only one out here who's dealing with certain things. Like we all have our stuff. Different stuff, same struggle. All right, so let me get to the point. I'm going to talk about this picture that you guys are looking at in a few minutes. So again, even though I know I look like, the party girl, like the big city girl, I'm really the small country town feel type of girl. I like a sense of community. I don't like a whole lot of big city lights. Like I was born in Manhattan, New York, right? Not raised there, but born there. But when I go back to visit each time, I feel like I aged 15 years because there's just so much going on, right? So I'm from Charleston, South Carolina, which is also a small, not super small, but a small town. But I spend my time between Charleston as well as Alpharetta, Georgia, which is intentional because I could never, ever, ever live within the city of Atlanta. It's just too much. I'm a small town feel girl. So, as you guys know, I'm on vacation, right? All right. So I've been supposed to leave for the last couple of days. I don't have the orders to leave yet. And I'm just like, okay, I'm packed. I'm ready to check out. I'm ready to hit the next destination point, right? Because I still got more time. So I'm hitting this next spot, right? I already have my whole itinerary planned out, but I don't have the okay and the spirit to leave yet. And I'm like, what else do you need? I've blessed the young lady who you wanted me to bless. And what else? I'm ready to go. He's like, you're not going yet. So this morning, when I went outside to connect spiritually and take my dog outside, there was this calmness, right? The wind was extremely heavy, but there was this calmness. And where I currently am, if I'm honest with you guys, even though I'm a small town feel girl, I've never in my life felt the peace, the calmness, and the sense of community where I currently am. I've never felt that. And so I remember, I was like, well, what is this? What else am I supposed to be getting from this? And then I just kept hearing, be still. Be still. I don't have to tell you everything, but be still. And I'm like, but I'm ready to go. And again, I keep telling you guys, those of you who are like waving this flag in the air, God use me, God use me. People tend to think that it's just going to be like this easy breezy, God use me. There's going to be sacrifice, meaning regardless of what you want to do, regardless of what you think you should be doing, where you think you should be leaving, that relationship, that marriage, that town, that this, that, you can think what you want to think. You can feel what you want to feel. But when God uses you, all that is thrown out of the back door. It's about what he needs you to do, regardless if you feel like it or not. Sacrifice. And everybody ain't ready for that, because as human beings, we're just, we're fleshly and we're selfish. We want what we want, regardless of what. But as I always say, even when I don't understand, I don't care. My obedience game is on fleek. I know I cannot leave yet. I don't know why. I've said this to a couple of people. I can't tell you why. All I know is I can't leave yet. And many times God don't tell us why, because we get too ahead of ourselves. Or if he shows it to us, it's too much. Then we freak out and we don't, all that stuff. So he paces you. But it's beautiful how he will continue to give you confirmation even when you're doubting some things or your flesh is getting like a little fidgety. He will constantly give you confirmation. Well, me, through people. So, well, even before I tell you guys about this picture. So about 6 months ago, one of my staff, she's a mature lady, old enough to be my mother, if I'm honest. She said to me, her name is Miss Regina. I love her. She said to me one day, she said, I really admire like your to-do or whatever you want to call it. Like, I really admire the fact that you're just on top of everything. She said, but you know what God told me to tell you? And I'm like, oh boy, what did God tell you to tell me? You need to be still. This is a season to be still. And if you're not careful, you're going to be so busy that you're going to miss the very blessing that God is trying to present to you. You're going to run it over because you're too busy. And I'm like, Miss Regina, do you know God told me that same thing? God told me the same thing, Miss Regina. And now he's using you to confirm it to me again. So, of course, I sat still maybe for 2 or 3 days when she said that, right? And then, of course, life went back on to being busy and I forgot about it. So then we get upset and we question, why are our blessings so prolonged? What's taking so long? Well, he told you to be still. You're ignoring the downloads to be still. You're moving. You can't hear God in chaos. And so if I'm honest, because this place is so peaceful and so zenful, I've received so many major downloads, but my flesh is saying, go to the next destination. So we feel like things are punishment, like God is not allowing us. It's not punishment. It's about him trying to get you so still that you get your proper downloads and that you're still enough to be present. So the picture that you're looking at, remember I told you guys, if you haven't seen it, the other recording, I'll put it in the description. I'll plug it in the description of this recording. So the young lady who the recording was, what was the title of it? Quote unquote, why obedience is important or something like that. So I told you guys, I met her and, I blessed her and all that good stuff. And she said that she was going to paint me this portrait, right? She's a painter. I said that. But I hadn't heard anything back from her. I think it's 2 or 3 days ago. I hadn't heard anything back from her, which is fine because if I'm honest, I wasn't looking to hear anything back from her. Again, I'm a person that if God tells me to move, I move, and I'm not waiting on someone to bless me back. Right? Why am I waiting on someone to bless me back when God tells me to bless you? Meaning, I'm not looking for anything. But if you say you're going to do something, then if you do it, that's just brownie points. That tells me a lot about your character. But I'm not going to be sitting here like running you down like, hey, you said you would paint me a portrait. So tonight I went to dinner, and when I left, when I got back to my truck and got my phone, she texted me. And she texted me the very portrait that you're looking at. She finished the painting. She said, hey, she said, I just wanted to tell you I finished your painting. You know, I don't live too far from where we met. And, you know, you give me a call, you can pick it up anytime you want to. And I said, oh my God, it's beautiful. Then she texted me right back and she said, oh, I forgot to tell you. The name of this portrait is Be Still. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh. What's the name, sis? What's the name, sis? She texts back, Be Still. I said, sis, listen. I'm a realist. So in all honesty, I know you said you was going to paint the portrait, but I wasn't really like looking for it per se. And I said, all morning long, my mind has been pondering on why God would not allow me to leave where I currently am. I said, I know he had more assignments or more downloads for me here. So I'm obedient. I'm here. I said, but then my mind kept pondering through the day. Am I really hearing from God? It's not God, you know. And here, I was instructed to bless you. And my obedience led me to bless you, just to have you turn around unexpectedly and bless me with confirmation. You see how God works? So when you're sitting here, not you guys, but when people are sitting here thinking like, oh, I'm not going to bless somebody because this, that, not all this other stuff, you're missing your own blessing. Because God will use that same person to bless you back in different ways. So you may bless someone with a financial seed. That person bless you back with confirmation. You bless someone with a ride to work or church, and they bless you back with a word or an answer that you've been waiting on. God is strategic. But are you able to tap in? So I just wanted to share that with you guys. If God is requiring you and convicting you over and over to be still, that can be in many situations. That can be that relationship, that marriage, that job, that this, that. It may not feel good to you, but if He is convicting you to stay still, there is some kind of assignment that will be completed within that process. And it may not be you who get like the woo-hoo-hoo, the prize, right? It's about Him getting the glory. So you're staying planted even though you're uncomfortable, even though you're unappreciative, not unappreciative, what's the word? When people don't appreciate you. Others are ungrateful. So whatever you're doing, and it feels like you should just leave, right? Okay, that's flesh, and I get it. Because who wants to stay anywhere where people are not grateful for what they're doing? But sometimes God will use you as an example to change that person. So God gets the glory now, not you. But then you get the blessings for the sacrifice. So again, I ask, how bad do you want it? Because you guys are all in my email. God use me. God use me. God use me. And then when He's telling you how He wants to use you, you want to change your mind. This thing ain't for the faint at heart. But your rewards will be great. So when I go pick up my pictures tomorrow, I'm going to, if she's up to it, I'm not even sure. I'll let you guys meet her. She is just, man, she is a child of God. But I told you guys when I first initially met her, God had already told me that she had some, some demons and things like that. So tonight, after we conversed, I found out even more things she had been through, and it's heavy. So when God kept telling me to tell her that the enemy can't have you, he can't have you. he can't have you. Point blank period. He can't have you. It's because he's been trying to take her. So it's crazy. So I wanted to share this with you guys. Holla at your girl. Let me know what you guys think. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.